Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another question of Trek. Joining me today, of course, my two team captains. That is Trekcatcatcat and Aries. Thank you. There you go. joining Trekcatcat as part of the team Pixel Cat is, of course, LDG PIXELS, and joining Aries as part of Team Vile Aries is, of course, Vile Mike. And below is our scorekeeper, Jeff Franklin, or Commander Brainy Specs. So now we're all here. I hope you're all doing well. I'm sorry to keep you waiting a whole week, but this is, of course, especially this is Halloween. As you can tell, I've come as Human Rain. And we have with us Captain Mike.
Yep.
And Skeleton Man.
You really should have written this down before you did it.
I did, but why waste time? So anyway,
scripts. What are scripts? You don't have scripts.
I don't do scripts. So just before we go into round one, we're going to see who's with us tonight in the audience. We have, of course, Starfleet Boy. Hello, he's one of our team captains. He's on sabbatical at the moment. We have with us Paul. Hello, Paul. Glad to see you. Paul again. Starfleet Boy. And yeah, that's about it, I think. Who else with us? Oh, Jijeon Girl. Glad to see you here, Jijeon Girl. Say hello. And that's everyone, I think. I've missed you out. I do apologize. So let's get into round one. Round one consists of 10 questions. Each answer is worth 1 point if answered correctly. Even if it's answered incorrectly, the other team will receive a fresh question. So let's get into it. Who's going first this week? I think it's Vile Aries, is it not? Going first?
Yeah.
So, question one. To whom did the EMH Mark 1 of the USS Voyager lose his virginity?
It was the Vidian chick.
That's correct.
That's the one.
What's her name?
I want to say it was like Devonna Pell or something like that.
Very close. Very close.
Maybe Donna Pell or something. I think it started with a D, and I think the last part was Pell. Is that ringing a bell for you, Aries, so you can help out?
No, I'm not going to help out.
It was so close, and that is a hard question. I'm going to give you the point. It was Dinara Pell.
Okay, I knew it started with some D something Pell.
Well done. Very, very close. The first time was very, very close. Okay, over then to Pixel Cats. For which purpose?
Nope.
What?
No, go ahead. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Sorry. So Pixel Cats. For which purposes were the EMH Mark 1s reprogrammed?
Repeat the question. What was it?
In Star Trek Voyager,
Yes.
which purposes were the remaining EMH Mark 1s reprogrammed?
Still not getting the question.
Yeah, I'm still not getting it all. What is the remaining?
We know the EMH Mark 1 was the right, but while they were away in the Delta Quadrant, the EMH Mark 1s were replaced with newer models. So what happened to the EMH Mark 1s, and for what purposes were they reprogrammed?
Gotcha. Pixel, you want to shot at this?
No, you go for it.
All right.
I don't know. I'm still on season 2 of Voyager, so I'm not gonna get it. So
they were reprogrammed to be dilithium miners.
Correct. That is one of the answers. But yeah, correct. I would have also settled for scrubbing plasma conduits, but you're right. Mining down. The autocorrect has turned it to mini delirium. But you're right. Autocorrect. But you're right. Mining delirium is correct. And it always amazes me when people lost their minds with Star Trek Picard when they saw the androids being used as slave race. Because the Starfleet would never use an artificial life form for, well, yeah, they never use them as a slave race. But anyway, moving on to number 3, back over to Vile Aries. What spicy delicacy is favored by the Bajorans?
Do you have a clue, Aries? Because I have a clue. I have an idea.
No.
I
only come here because I'm good
Hasperat.
looking. That's right. Hasperat.
Say again?
Hasperat.
Hasperat.
Correct. It is Hasperat. Well done.
Yeah, Hasperat. I get invited because I'm good looking, nothing to do with my intelligence.
So far, the scores are 2 points for Vile Aries and 1 to Pixel Cats. Wow. Look, let's see how Pixel Cats gets on. This question is then for you. What is the maximum speed of the Constitution class?
Well, 7.
Try again.
Constitution class.
It had a
I
cruising
think it was
6. What was the maximum emergency speed? What was the maximum speed?
I want to say something like 7.95 or something like that. I don't think it was higher than that.
Oh, hang on. So I said 7. No, 8. I'll go 8.
Is that a final answer?
Yeah.
You are
So-
correct. The emergency speed was in fact maximum emergency speed was in fact warp 8. Well done.
Oh, great.
So you're not counting
Conti.
when the Kelvins made it go faster.
No, not due to any alien interference. I mean the base setting that was designed and built by
TOS.
That was
Conti, I would have accepted warp 9 for an answer there as well, because in the Enterprise incident, they actually did go warp 9 on their own.
Did they?
Yes,
I
I would have taken either answer.
I would have. I'll check that out after the show. We may have to. Well, anyway, but he said warp 8, and the answer I know is warp 8. So what's the point? So back over to Vile Aries. What was the name of the ship the Voyager crew encountered, which had the quantum slipstream drive?
I'll give him a shot first.
No, it wasn't the Prometheus, because that was the one that separated.
Yeah, that was
No, it was a different less.
That was one with that was the multi-vector assault mode.
Now this is the one where that guy with the big brain, who had lost his whole civilization,
It is.
to the Borg.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it called?
Okay, you look like I should put you out of your misery already, so I'll just say it's the Dauntless. NX-01A.
It's the what?
The Dauntless. NX-01A.
Dauntless.
Correct. It was in fact the USS Dauntless. Correct. Well done. So that's another point for you guys. Well done. It's now 3-2. We're gonna go over to back to Pixel's Cat.
Did they actually have it?
Wasn't that the fake name?
Yeah,
Wasn't that
and the
the
fake
fake
registry
made up
was
name? That wasn't the actual
NX-01-G.
name of the ship.
Yeah, but it's the only name people know it as.
Oh, true. Okay.
So people only know it as the USS Dauntless, and everyone refers to it as the USS Dauntless.
Correct.
Look at him trying to steal your point.
Well, somebody's got to do what Starfleet Boy used to do.
Wow. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
He's in the audience now, so we can give him grief.
Oh. By the way, guys, while you're still watching and enjoying this, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet. And please, share this out on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want to share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your mothers. They might, we've got 2 good-looking guys here. Bring the ladies in. So, yeah. Well, 3 if you count me, but I'm not that vain. But anyway, back over to Pixels Cats. And the next question is this. Which soft drink is favoured most by the Ferengi?
Well, the only one that I remember Nog would like his root beer.
No, Ferengi, the actual species, not Nog. That was that human corruption. That we're talking about the name in it. Yeah, crap. It was the stuff that turned your mouth green. They had an episode of it. It was like Slurm on Futurama. Sluggo Cola.
The slimiest cola in the galaxy. That's right. It wasn't. It was also the same episode with Quark. Where Quark had a gender
exchange,
and he was a woman. So yeah, cool.
Look at me, they're like, yeah.
So guys, are these fake? He went, ah! Yeah, that was a good episode. Well done. That is what is correct, and the scores on the doors are 3-3. Well done. So we're moving on to the next question. It's back to Vile Aries. Who are the 49ers?
You are what?
The 49ers.
Say again.
Who are the 49ers?
Well, they're a football team in San Francisco, but I
Who are they? Start at Voyager.
the 49ers?
Yeah.
I remember the 37s.
Oh, sorry. Is that what we call? All right, the 47s.
The 37s?
37s.
I'm sure they're called 49ers. All right, 47s then.
Are you talking about the episode with Amelia Earhart and all them?
Yes.
That was the 37s.
Right.
Yeah, that was the 37s.
Yeah, 37s were the
I was
ones
about to say
taken from
49ers.
Earth.
37s.
They were a group of humans taken in 1937.
Correct. And you know what? I got the question wrong and I fouled up. You get double points.
No, maybe get 2 points.
You do.
I remember this from the last time I was here.
Yeah. All right,
I wondered where you were going with that one, Conti.
And yet you say nothing when I said you the questions. You tell me nothing. Okay.
Well, it was either you were talking about them.
That was
or
a
you were
trick
talking about
question.
the Deep Space Nine up at the baseball episode, the Niners.
No, they were just
That's what I thought too at first.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, anyway, that's 2 points to Vile Aries for that one, due to my profile. So, the next one. We're back over to Pixel Cat. And it is... Hold on, what's the place? Which TNG character blames Picard for the death of his son?
Which TNG? Sorry, what was that?
Which Next Generation character blames Picard for the death of his son?
Oh, was that Ferengi?
Yeah,
Ferengi.
it's the Ferengi David, because that's the one where you get the constellation, the Stargazer back, because he has
The Stargazer back.
using it. Yeah, because it's the Picard maneuver.
He also came back a second episode as well later on. I think it was in the 5th, 6th, or 7th season. I can't remember where he.
The 7th.
7th season. He changed the DNA of some young lad and said this is, and claimed it to be Picard's son. Said he was going to kill him to get revenge on Picard.
Excuse me. It had a weird. It was like a 1-syllable name, like Bach or Doc or
The only one I can remember is Damon Bach. Because he has the one with the mind altering bit to get Picard on the Stargazer, Damon Bach.
Damon Bach. That sounds right. That sounds right.
Sure.
I'll go with that. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. It was in fact Damon
from.
It was in fact Damon Bach. Well done.
Sweet. Nice.
Okay. Back over to Vile Aries. From which original series character was Q inspired?
Which original series character? What?
From which original series character was the inspiration for the character Q?
Oh, that young lad. Oh. I'm going to pass this over to Vile Mike because I think he knows the answer because he put his hand up already and went, oh.
No, I was pointing up to you to give you a shot before I just said it out loud. That would be the Squire of Gothos himself, Trelane. General Trelane. Esquire. Yeah, no, retired. Sorry.
He was in fact the inspiration for the character Q, and the two characters did actually meet in the book Q Squared, which I do highly recommend. It's also available on audio. I do recommend reading it. It is a phenomenal book.
I believe it was written by Peter David too, so one of my favorite Trek authors.
Yeah, he wrote. I think this pretty much the best ones. He also wrote Shattered Mirror, Dark Mirror, where the
and Vendetta.
Yeah. So 6-4 so far. Well done to Vile Aries. That's fantastic. Paul says that is his favorite last episode. Cool. So going up to the final question of the first round, which is up to Pixel Cats. In which Star Trek movie did Voyager's warp core first appear?
So that game, in which movie did what appear?
In which Star Trek movie did Voyager's warp core first appear?
Did you say Voyager's warp core?
Voyager's
warp core. Which Star Trek movie did Voyager's warp core appear? This is an oddball one. Sorry, someone's calling.
They reused the prop for Voyager.
Yeah. Okay, so when you say Voyager's warp core, are we talking about Voyager's warp core on Voyager, or just the warp core that they used somewhere else?
They're talking about the prop that was used.
The prop, because Undiscovered Country, they use TNGs.
Okay. So it wasn't actually Voyager. That's what's throwing me off. Okay.
No, it's not Voyager. It was the stage. As said the prop.
Movie. Which movie was it? I don't know. You got any guess?
No, the only one I can think of would be Generations, but I can't think because it said Star Trek 6. Well, Undiscovered Country. I swear they used the TNG warp core.
Insurrection. No.
Don't shake your head, Conte. Don't help him.
I'm not.
I mean,
I saw it too, Connie. To be fair,
I'm afraid to say if it was new Trek, it was not even old Trek. I bet. Could it have been a JJ film?
No, because in the JJ films they used the Budweiser brewery.
That's right.
Yeah.
Star Trek movie. First Contact. I don't remember them using it in First Contact.
I think Mike knows the answer.
I think Mike knows the answer too.
I think I know the answer too. This is a surprise for me.
Oh wow!
I said
I thought I knew the answer and I was correct.
Well, the only one I can think of is probably Generations. I'm not sure.
Obviously not. You guys give up?
Yeah.
Would the other team get a crack at it? Mind you, you don't get any points for it. You'd like to give the other team.
Can you educate me, please?
Well, I know that they use.
Converse with mine.
First, Aries?
I'm thinking it's Wrath of Khan.
No, that'd have been way too early.
Well, they
Wrath of Khan was 82.
they partially used the set from First Contact, but they also used elements from the motion picture.
Mm-hmm. So
So that's my original guess would have been the motion picture.
Well, no, I don't know how you could do that because the motion picture was 1979.
And I believe they still used aspects of that when they created
Somebody's got
Voyager
that name.
set. Yep, someone just made an offer on one of the things I got on consignment.
In fact,
I'm really confused by the question because I thought you were saying Voyagers was being used in one of the movies.
Wow, it's the way I wrote the question. I can't make it too easy. But it's understandable.
Can't make it too easy.
Stop.
That's the hardest question yet. We're talking about.
Star Trek movie, right? Did Voyager
Yeah.
1 first appear?
You're saying first appear like it's
The first time
like it happened pre Voyager. Like it's like because the first appearance was Voyager.
You know, I would have said the question like the prop that was Star Trek's Voyager's warp core first appeared in what movie?
Yeah, that's too easy though.
No, it isn't because your other question's really misleading.
But
That's why I clarified the question right away. As I did state it was
but what was
prop,
the answer?
Voyager.
What is the answer?
prop.
Is it TMP? Is it whatever? Is it?
in fact, the warp core was of the USS Voyager was first used for the USS Enterprise in Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
That is correct. I verified
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is. So
I think it was also used in Rapid Cannon.
also,
Yeah, it would have been.
It was,
It's
yes.
the same. It was the same warp core for TMP and Wrath of Khan.
Mm.
well, that's the end of the first round, and Pixel Cats are still up with 4 points, while Vile Aries has 6 points. Congrats!
Well done.
Really might get points, but that's cool.
As we now go into the second round. Each team will receive a question. Each question requires 2 answers. Each answer worth 1 point. If the team can only provide 1 answer or no answers, then the question will go to the opposing team. So,
Connie, it's 2 points, isn't it?
yeah, 2 points.
Okay. I thought you said 1 point.
Unless he messes up another question, then it's double, right?
Points. Yeah. All right. The wig is confusing me. I'm from blonde. So,
He's having a blonde moment. Yeah.
sorry to
It needs to. He's not had hair for such a long time.
It is.
Oh,
I know.
my Lord.
Okay.
Not touching that.
Yeah.
That is not a female. to quote that show in the
Girl, if I want to be a girl. Anyway, going to round 2, and of course, the first question goes to Vile Aries, and it's simply this: in which Deep Space Nine episode did Worf contemplate leaving Starfleet, and what were his plans after leaving?
do you just want to give them training wheels on these questions? Are we after the question we got? You give them that one? Oh my God!
This sounds like when Lore was here.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I can think of like 4 episodes where he contemplates leaving Starfleet.
Yeah.
Because I know the first DS9 episode where he contemplates is simply Way of the Warrior, Part 1.
Okay.
And he was going to go back. His intentions were to go back to the Klingon Empire.
What were his plans after leaving?
To go back to the Klingon Empire and take up the seat on the council, I believe. That his brother held.
Mike?
Is that right?
I'll agree with him because I just remember him attempting to leave or talking about leaving in that episode.
Well, you are correct. It was the Way of the Warrior, but he did have other plans unfortunately.
Oh,
Yep.
So we're going to move the question over. We'll give the opportunity to Pixel Cats to give the other answer.
It was the how do you say it? The Naganite Alliance, the Nagarite Alliance. Yeah, he couldn't go back to the Klingon Empire. His name was there was no hope to going back to the Klingon Empire. He was
No, I
talking
think
about going to the
at that
Naganite
point
Alliance.
his name had been cleared.
yeah, his name was cleared. This was before the fallout with Gowron.
Yeah, but still,
Where-
the end of the way, the warrior, he changed his mind and he
Yeah.
was still going to leave
Yeah,
Starfleet.
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
going to go.
Yeah, Galron poofed him at Way of the Warrior. Remember, he asked him to come on board after backstabbing that whole plot and everything.
Maybe.
He asked him to come on board. Wasn't that Way of the Warrior when he was like, he wants to speak to you, Worf, after they broke the whatchamacallit, and he asked him to come on, and he says, no, I got my duty to Starfleet, and I'm a man against my word. And he said, you'll lose your house, and you'll lose everything. Wasn't that Way of the
All
Warrior?
right. Who's going to get the points before we nitpick this question to death like lore?
You answered the first part, which was the Way of the Warrior. But
Part 1.
well, Way of the Warrior is in where I am on Netflix. It's actually one episode. So, okay.
Well, it was broadcast as one story. It was a 2-hour story.
Yeah, and on the DVD is one episode. So, LDG, Pixel, do you want to guys want to give this? Do you want to try and answer it?
Well, I still think it was
So
like you said. It was that Naganite.
Yeah, that definitely was it.
I'll give
the
you
Nagarite Alliance.
You're very close, so I'm going to give you the point. It was the Niberite Alliance.
Niberite. Niberite.
16. 1 point to Vile Aries for answering the Way of the Warrior, and 1 point to Pixel Cat for answering very closely to the Niberite Alliance. So, well done. So, staying with Pixel Cat, their question is, in what place did Julian Bashir finish medical school and why?
Second place. You're talking about like place like valedictorian place, not where place. Okay. Yeah. So second place, he was salutatorian.
Correct.
And you said the question was why?
Yep.
Okay, that's a toughie. Technically, he wanted to. I mean, it was never really said why. You think he want to hide his genetic alterations?
Yeah, all right.
He wanted frontier medicine. He wanted to be on Deep Space Nine, but
he so hard an answer on his exam. That's what I mean by why.
There's something he did that made him be a salutatorian.
Why? Okay, because the question, God dang it,
like a ganglion cyst type thing. He misdiagnosed something, so it gave it to the other person.
He must take a pre-ganglionic fiber for a post-ganglionic nerve.
Yeah.
Got that one out.
It looks like Baldrick.
Yeah, try saying that 5 times fast. It's not easy.
I was so hoping you'd get that wrong because I knew it.
What was the answer, sorry?
We're not even going to go through that again because you were there sniggering at the Baldrick bit.
I was. What was it? Did you get the answer?
Yeah, he got the answer. He got it exactly right.
You mistake a pre-ganglionic fiber for a post-ganglionic nerve. Well done. That's 2 points to you guys. So that brings you up to 7 points. Wow, you're drawing now with Vile Aries. Well done. Okay, back to Vile Aries. Your question is, in which episode did Keiko return from Bajor possessed and in which episode did Keiko O'Brien return from Bajor possessed And by what entity was she possessed by?
Well, the entity was a Wraith, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the episode, I'm not sure.
It was definitely a Wraith.
Correct, it was a Pari.
The episode.
Do.
Was
Wrong
it like-
show, sorry.
Was it like prophecy or something like that?
No. Because it was to do with what she was doing. She was a botanist. So it's either going to be... Could possibly be the assignment, but I don't think that's right.
Well done, correct. It was the assignment.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Assignment.
I like that. I think it's the assignment, but I don't think it's right. Yeah, you got that right. Well done.
Right? Yeah, what happened to the final answer part? Where's the final answer?
Are you sure?
Is that your final answer?
No. Well done.
I mean, I literally watched Elihu get techno babble on Vile Mike stream one day, and he's like, "What's the terminology Trek uses to describe scientific, blah blah blah?" He's like, "Well, I think it's techno babble, but I don't know. I don't know what it is." And
But he said he was going to pass, okay? Stop channeling Lore Reloaded.
Anyway,
he literally said the answer. Go ahead.
We would also like to petition to change our team name to Conti Trek's Teammates.
take one point away from Aries. There you go. No, okay, moving back over to Pixel Cat. This one's really easy.
There we go.
Part of it was easy. I didn't know the second part of this.
In the Next Generation episode, The Most Toys, what is the name of the trader holding Data hostage? And what was the name of Data's shuttle?
This is ours. It's us, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy's name was Faja,
Full name?
right? Faj, the short guy, took Data, and Data's shuttle was the one that exploded. I believe that's what we were talking about.
It's close. Close to Faja.
Faja. It is Faja. It's Faja.
Very close. That was his last name. You need the full name.
Oh, the full name. Oh, Mr. Faj. No.
Faja.
Give me a second. Do you have any input on this, boss? Do you remember the episode?
I'm remembering the episode because I can remember him because he was in Warehouse 13. It's the same actor who was in Warehouse 13.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is actually the episode where the guy who played Faja was a different character. It was that one guy who committed suicide, and they did the whole shot and they switched it for the Warehouse 13 guy.
Yeah. Kivas, it's Kivas Farjo.
Kivas, yes, that's right. Kivas Faja. And what was this ship?
It's Kivas Farjo.
And what was Data's shuttle? What was the name of Data's shuttle? That exploded. That made him think he died.
Preparing for launch. He said it like a million freaking times.
Yeah.
Why do you gotta throw these freaking crazy secondary questions in here? The channel has nothing to do with the damn episode except for it exploding.
That's why it's worth 2 points.
Okay, it's worth 2 points. Okay.
Actually, isn't it what as I'm dressed as? Isn't it? Isn't it Pike?
Pike?
It is, in fact, yes, correct. Well done. It was Shuttlecraft Pike, and it was it Kivas Farjo? Correct. Well done.
Well done.
And I only
Awesome.
knew the answer because the Star Trek customizable card game had a whole thing called the Faggio collection.
Well, 9 each. Blimey. this is going to be it's going to be an interesting episode. Give me a minute. And sorry, guys, if it comes across that I'm ignoring the chats. I'm not. It's just there's a bit of a lag of the chats come from YouTube onto StreamYard. But we do have 15 watching right now. So, guys, please just remind you, don't forget to hit the like if you've subscribed if you haven't already, and of course share the video. So, moving on now to the final question of this round, which goes to Vile Aries. In the original series episode, A Taste of Armageddon, what are the names of the two civilizations, and how do they conduct war?
I do not remember the names of the civilization, but it was the like extermination booth or something like that, where they just sent people into a chamber to be killed.
Yeah, it was sort of like a suicide booth. Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
No idea what the civilizations were.
Can you name the two planets or the two civilizations?
I haven't seen it in like 10 years.
Okay, well, we're gonna
Shocking, my admittance that I've never watched the OS.
And I don't want to say anything to give them a hint in case I'm close.
Okay, we're gonna
Yeah, because it was all done by a computer. It was all done by a computer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got that part right. So we got 1 point from that. But if the other team can answer, what are the names of the two civilizations?
Well, one of them's the Vendicar.
Correct. What's the other one?
You got my one. You got my kryptonite, man. TOS is my kryptonite. No clue.
Eminar?
Correct. It was in Eminar. Eminar and Bandikar. Well done. So it's 1 point each. Wow. Oh, we're still tied off. So while we're doing that, we're going to have a look at the scores. And we are, both teams are at 10 points each. Wow, blimey. That's
Wait a second. Did we? Oh, well, that was 1 and 1. Okay, that's right. Never mind.
there's one.
Yeah, 1 and 1. Yeah.
Oh, it was 2 planets. I thought that was a point each.
I
each
trust
planet.
Jeff to keep an accurate score, not Conti.
I try, Mike. I try. I can be trying sometimes too.
Conti.
You know, I
try, Mike. I try.
Ooh, yep.
We got an echo.
Audio's coming through.
Conti.
I don't think it's
I try, Mike.
I mean,
We've got a causality loop.
Yeah, that was it. Sorry about that.
Cause and effect.
It was. Anyway, sorry about that. So we now get ready for the third round. Sorry, where I will show each team a picture of a character or a starship, and they have to try and guess who or what ship it is. So, share screen. Stranger and my wife.
Gotta take my glasses off for this.
oh, it's one of those things you have to like stare through to see it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Jesus
holy.
Christ.
Who?
This is what, a person poster thing?
Who is this?
Who?
Who?
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, this
Ooh,
is.
do we even do?
This, of course, is for Pixel Cats. Or Cat Pixel.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Do we get any frame of reference besides Cubert?
He's in Star Trek.
No, really? What show am I on?
Okay. Star Trek Discovery.
Saru.
Oh wow. Okay, so new Trek. Okay, thank you. That's helpful.
I think it's Saru.
Discovery. We got blue in the house, which is most likely could be the background. Saru.
If it's
does
Discovery,
have-
it's the uniform. I think it's Saru.
And now, is this the whole photo, or is this possible that this could be a zoomed in part of a photo?
No, this is the whole photo. He doesn't.
Okay.
He's not that bad. He does use the whole face.
Okay. Cool. I would say Saru. The color The different shades of like almost like a reddish, palish, would say Saru. The white around the face. Hair. We don't have any white-haired people. Eyes, nose. I'm down for a Saru guess if you want to go push that.
Yeah, that's I'm with you on Saru as well.
Okay.
So you're sure it's Saru, are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we get the. Is it your final answer? Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Well done.
Because
You know what? If we get this, I want triple points. Go ahead. Go ahead.
SUA? That should do it. Sorry, yeah, I'm just, I don't want, obviously, because the picture was quite small, I don't want to give anything away so then the other team then sees their picture. So, that. So, probably.
Wait for it.
Well, there, you are correct. It wasn't fact Saru.
Nice. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, dokie. So I'm gonna just unshare that again. Set up for the other team because it didn't load up in the order that I wanted. Sometimes when you load images up onto Google Drive, it doesn't quite play cricket with you. So.
And I just want to thank you for at least giving us that small hint because I don't think there was no way in possible hell we would have get through if you didn't say give us a little bit of context.
I figured it was either Enterprise or Discovery.
So,
Well, in all honesty, I thought it was Old Man Picard from All Good Things.
I reckon this is Peppa Pig.
This
It's not my final answer, by the way, Conte. Okay, so give me the clue with which TV series, what's their rank and their last name.
Wow, not asking for much there.
They like prune juice.
In Deep Space Nine, he can kill you with a look.
Deep Space Nine. Okay.
Kill you with a look?
Odo.
No, I don't think it's Odo.
No, I think it's Odo.
We've already had Odo.
We've already had him.
He could kill you with a look. Just daggers just come right out.
Yeah.
That's Terminator.
He can kill you from across the quadrant and you'd never know it.
Oh, probably Q then, or something like that.
Wow,
No, not Q.
No.
No, he has no special powers.
I think I know who it is.
Yeah, so do I. Thanks to that additional clue.
Special powers.
Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, Pflugerville says Krusty the Clown.
I do see Krusty.
Yeah, I see Krusty more than anyone from Star Trek.
Right. Yeah, that was my first slot too.
He's laughing too.
Who in Deep Space Nine? Power. Kill your person.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. I mean, I was going to say one of the Vedics for a while because that yellow V looks like one of their outfits, but...
The only other option you got maybe is Gul Dukat when he was in Wraith or as a human.
Nope.
But the uniform at the bomb doesn't.
I'll give you another hint. That's the only one I'm going to give you.
It's only what?
I'll give you another hint. He has been claimed to be another character's father, but nothing was ever confirmed.
Oh, Enabran Tain.
He's told.
That's the only other thing I can think of is Enabran Tain.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, with that last hint.
Yeah.
There was, in fact, a knob in
There
Thank.
was. Wow.
Okay. That clue about he can kill you from across the quadrant did not help at all.
No.
It did kill you from
It actually it did help me.
However, that's 3 points each for both, as each one got their answers correct. So they're both now at 13 points.
It was yeah.
And scores say 13 points each. Well done. Wow. Blimey. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so we're now moving to the fourth round where I take a sit back and each team gets to ask the other team a question. So each team gets to ask the opposing team a question. The answer to these questions is worth 1 point. So I hope you've got your questions ready. So the last team was, the Wild Aries. So the first team will be Pixel Cats. Guys, you have a question ready?
A question.
Yeah, I've got, yeah. Have you got one already, or do you want me to do one first?
Do we get one question each?
Yeah, it's a question each. Yeah.
Take the floor, sir, because I need a moment.
Okay. All right then. No, it's too easy.
Yeah, please not an easy one.
No.
Dear God,
No,
please not an easy one.
I always keep my hard questions for Conti.
Yeah, that's the next round.
Well, you
You
know,
ask
it's really,
questions of Conti.
Okay, so we've got it in the episode, A Piece of the Action. How many men did Krakow claim to see when he was aboard the Enterprise?
Oh, that's a good question.
Conti, you're going to have a word with him. He's supposed to be on my team as well.
who's on your team?
Trekcatcatcat. Everyone's supposed to be on my team.
No.
I'm gonna win.
There's only one person in your team, and that's Bar Mike.
All right. How many
Okay.
people did he see?
Yeah.
Plain to see, yeah.
No clue.
Can you repeat the question one time for me? I was doing something, not looking it up, I swear.
Yeah. In the episode, A Piece of the Action, how many men did Krakow claim to see when he was aboard the Enterprise?
How many men
I'm
did
just
he
going to go with 47 because that's the Trek's number.
Is that your answer then? Okay, it's 3.
3.
Yeah, it was the I think if I remember rightly, it was the transporter chief and 2 security guards.
All right. Okay. Wow.
Okay.
And that is correct. I did look it up.
Yep. Okie dokie. Right, your turn, guys. One of you.
Do you got a question, Aries? Because I can. The reason I was doing it, I was pulling up one of my old Jeopardy boards, so I can ask him a question from there.
Yeah. Have you got a question, or do you want me to go first?
It's up to you. That's what I'm saying. I'm ready if you.
Okay. I'll go first. In what franchises did Gull Evek both appear in crossovers?
I'm sorry. In what
two franchises? In what two franchises of Star Trek did Gull Evek both appear?
I would have thought TNG and Deep Space Nine.
Yes. Deep Space Nine. Gull Evek was one moment. I have to agree. TNG and Deep Space Nine.
It's the only thing I can think of is in those two.
I want to say if he was mentioned or appeared.
Hang on, no, it wasn't TNG. It wasn't TNG. It was Voyager, because he was after
The Voyager is in the back of my head right now.
because he was in the Badlands chasing Chakotay.
Ah, I'll go with that. Yes, Deep Space Nine and Voyager. You're right. He was. Yep. Jackpot. That final answer.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any specs?
That's correct.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Good question. Good question.
Right. Pixels, your turn.
All right. Here we go. What was the... okay, now how do I say this now?
I suggest using words.
No, really?
What was the specific name of the food Trip Tucker was eating in Desert Crossing? How do I say this? That wasn't okay. Crap. How do I say this? What was the name of the dish that Trip Tucker was and Archer was eating that contained little chunks? Is that good enough to ask? We all know what we're talking about there, right?
No.
Little chunks.
Thank God it's not. I'm glad it's not my question.
The last. Okay, it was the last thing they were served. It was the last thing they were served in Desert Crossing before the bombardment started. It was a particular dish that had little chunks of meat. Let's just call it that. What was that dish called? The last dish given to them. And no, it was not snake.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, because
Good question.
I can't even remember that episode. So was that
That's
that wasn't while they were
the one with that.
That's the episode with Clancy Brown in it, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the one with
Okay,
they were on
he
the
was in a lot of episodes. That doesn't help.
It's the
It
one
was the one with
they were wearing the desert uniform. You know, the beige desert uniform. I think that's the one
They
they
played
the game.
desert polo. They played desert polo, and the guy was like a terrorist. He wasn't really a terrorist, but whatever. He gave him a freaking
out of Rambo 3
This
book,
was-
you know, where he's in Afghanistan and he plays the bit. It's that they play a game in it.
And there
I
was a
honestly
special
have no
fish
idea.
takeout.
I must have not seen this episode in a long time.
Do you want to tell them what season it's in?
I don't care. That's fine. Yeah, it was. Let's see here. It's called Desert Crossing. That was
Season
that
1,
season?
episode 20.
Was that season 124? Yeah, 124.
Yeah,
It's
I
when
haven't
they
seen
played
season
the-
1 in like a very, very long time.
The particular scene that I'm talking about is specific because there was a joke about what they were actually eating.
Mm-hmm.
If that's not a hint, like I don't know what is, because it was.
Well,
He was like,
the
"Oh,
only,
I've had
the only thing I
Nick
can
before."
imagine it being, I'm just going to throw out a guess, even though I'm pretty sure because it doesn't have meat in it, is plomeek soup.
It's not plomeek soup. It's not plomeek soup.
That's a really hard question.
That is a hard
can't-
question.
I mean, this came off the top of my head. Like this was in my brain cell. I mean,
Questions like that should not be in your brain cell. Stop it. It should have been something like, what color did Captain Picard wear in TNG? That's the question I was hoping to see.
All right, so I can't think of any other hints to give you guys.
Yeah, I
just
can't answer it. So, but because of that, I'm going to make my question even harder now.
Beautiful. All right, so should I give the answer now, because I bet you'll remember if you've watched the episode.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It was blood soup because it had essence of the male. They were eating soup with freaking balls in it, literal balls, and they were looking at it like,
Hey, that's not that weird considering I've had Rocky Mountain oysters.
That's exactly what they were. Basically. And yes,
Well,
they did
Mike,
that.
Tested testicles in it. That was difficult. That was difficult.
Could you phrase that a little bit differently, Starfleet boy?
Go hard. Is that because of the
To be honest, I actually thought. To be honest, I actually thought you guys were going to get that. Like, I didn't try to go hard on that. I thought that was a memorable moment in Enterprise.
No, that was uber difficult.
Yeah. All right. I got my question. I'm going to make it really hard just because of that, LDJ.
All right.
All right. Featured in 2 episodes of Star Trek, what piece of technology contains a baridium power converter and an axionic network?
Ooh. Not even I know.
What, repeat.
It featured in featured in 2 episodes of Star Trek across all franchises. What piece of technology has a baridium power converter and an axionic network?
Yeah.
I think I know what that is.
And the hint we're giving, it's not my toothbrush.
These questions we're coming up with, right? They have to come from our head or memory alpha. I just want to make sure because I came up with my question off the top of my head. Okay? Okay. Oh, damn it.
It was hard enough that I got to come back playing with a hard question.
That's fine, but I hope you respect with a couple. I mean, I gave as many clues as I possibly could there. Could you give any kind of clue? When you say 2 episodes across the whole track, are we literally talking
All
2
right.
different something?
One of the episodes was Next Generation. If I give another hint, it's going to give it away.
Okay, it's a technology. You're looking for what the technology is called?
Yes. All right. Okay. The other hint I'll give is the other episode is one of the new Trek episodes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
So TNG and one of the new Treks.
So it's TNG and Discovery.
No, I think it's TNG and Lower Decks, maybe. I don't
Or
think
TNG and Picard because those 2 kind of go together, but I'm not going to give another hint.
I think he said that just to throw us off. I think I nailed it with Lower Decks because Lower Decks would be the only thing that would really fall back on TNG. Okay, say the combination one more time.
Baridium power converter and an axionic network.
A power converter in an axion network. Converting power to an axion network. Axion. Transporter. A portal.
We definitely need a timer, I think.
Yeah, I was.
That's something we could add.
Actually,
yeah,
we've got one. Give me a second.
Oh, he has. He's got the countdown bit.
Let me just bring it up.
Minusing all the time they've already had.
It can't be Starfleet technology.
No, it's not.
It would have to be. It can't be Starfleet technology. Why would they need a converter? The only thing I can think of is maybe those gates, the transportation gates from that one, or
Arconian gate.
I was just for some reason I'm going back to the first episode of season 3 of Discovery, which is the bit for the communications when they remade it. No, it wasn't the second episode. The second episode.
Okay, I'm down for that. Network could mean communications.
Yeah, I thought it was
But
that bit.
TNG. And it actually has a technological name. It was actually called something.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was the bit where they made it with the new technology, and he was just doing the wands, and it was
You
making.
give them another 30 seconds. Skip it. At least a good 30 seconds forward.
Yeah, right.
Mind you, saying
You know what? I bet you when you say it, I'm gonna know it as soon as you say it too.
the thing is, though, we reap what we sow, because that other question was really, really hard as well.
No pressure, guys.
Mute it. Can you mute it, please? Just mute
No,
it. Just I don't
no.
need it. That's annoying.
That's part and parcel of it. It puts you on edge.
Just give them more time, Conte. You're supposed to be on my team. Stop it.
I'm gonna say
That's torture, Connie.
Well, we're not actually going to use it till next year, so don't worry, because I'm going to add another round.
But Axiom Network. So what's a communication device technology that you know of? On TNG, I can't think of it. So if I were to guess right now, I'd say something like a Romulan cloaking device.
Oh, the X. Are you saying? No. For some reason, I've got Exocomp, and I've got the bloody Geordie's thing. You know, and the other one was an ensign in lower decks. You were right. If it's the Exocomp.
The Exocomp? An Exocomp. Okay.
Yeah, if that's
That could
TNG,
work.
that's the only one I can think of. The X.
That is technology. Exocomp. I'm down. Final answer?
Go on then, Exocomp.
I think only because
Final
you guys
answer.
had so much freaking time, you got the question right. Yes, it was Exocomp.
Yeah. Thank you. Good
God.
stuff.
That is
Good
correct.
stuff. Wow.
That's what I thought it was before I looked it up.
Woo!
Because before LDG made his question so hard, I was going to include micro replicator in that thing, in the list of technologies involved in it.
Just away from the question.
Took that one out.
I really thought my question was easy as hell, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because I liked his question, and I'm like, dude, essence of male, they're totally gonna guess it. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, we still have another round yet. So,
It's all right. We've still got another question to go.
I think they should only get
Yeah,
half credit because it took them
By
over
the
5
way-
minutes to get the answer.
Okay, Mr. 2 points for English, whatever. Vile Aries, when I said blood soup, it looked like you knew the answer. Did it come to you when I said it?
Once you've said it, for me, I go, oh, yeah. But it's not
Okay, so it
something
wasn't
I know
that
off the
hard.
top of my-
It was
It's not something I
there.
know off the top of my head, no.
Good stuff.
Okay, well, I think, is that all the questions through? Or have you got one more?
I thought Aries had one.
That's all 4.
Is it all four?
That's
all
all
Is that
four.
all four?
Four.
Because he did the first one,
Oh yeah.
then you did it, and I did it, then you did it. Yeah, that's all four.
Okay.
So that's the end of the 4th round. The scores are 17-13 in favor of Pixel Cat. So well done. They fell behind and they managed to overtake. Now, the fifth round, each team member gets to ask me a question. If I answer it correctly, they lose a point. If I can't answer it, they gain a point. So, thinking caps on, especially me. Thinking wig on. Let's begin. Who's got the first question?
Yeah,
I don't think that wig's going to help you.
No.
Since it's blonde.
You ready, Conti?
I'm always ready. Go on.
Right. In the episode Balance of Terror,
Go
how
on.
many command ranks was Decius reduced by the Romulan commander? It's Decius. It's Decius. I think it's Decius.
2. I don't know what the ranks are, but I think he was demoted twice.
Correct. It was
Yep,
2 ranks.
that is correct.
Ooh, that's 1 point deducted from obviously Pixel Cat. Now we get a question from Val Aries. We've got a question.
In the original series, what was the registration of the USS Yorktown?
Ooh. That's a good question.
Let's keep the hard ones for Conte.
John with NC States.
Are you sure of that?
I am, yeah. It's definitely not an
Would you like to put a pen?
I think the Yorktown was also, I think it was the third, I think it was the third constitution. I think it was 1717 or 1771. I think it was 1717.
It was 1717.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whoa. Wow. I would
The
have
only
thought it
reason
was
I
something
know
like
this is because I play a role-play character on my Star Trek Online, and I have the Yorktown. So
Yeah. All right.
Right.
that's why I googled that. I was like, "What's the actual registration?"
I thought it was going to be like something like 1704 or something like that. So,
No, what they do by, it's not in the TOS era, as far as I know, they're not, the ship registrations are not by what ship came next, but rather by the variant of the ship. If you look at, let's say, the Constitution, I think, I can't remember what Decker's name was called, or of the Defiant and of the Enterprise, the different variations of the Constitution class. Each one has its own sort of, one is more in the science field, one's more in the combat, one's more for engineering, whatever. So yeah.
Well, congrats. That's 2 TOS questions you've got right.
I know.
That's 2 TOS ones, right?
You're improving, Conti.
I know. I'm watching a lot of the TOS, unfortunately. It's driving me crazy. So, what's the next question? Well, I think it comes from
Pixels.
LDG
Let's see here. What? Can't seem to form the question off that one. Okay.
Google a question if you want to Google one. No problem.
Okay, am I actually allowed to use Memory Alpha to look up a question? That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know you could do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just not the answer.
All right. Give me a second.
And you can prepare your questions ahead of time.
Gotcha. I'll do that. Sorry, I thought we were going off top of my head here. Okay, so there we go, and I just got to form it into a question. Argue to text a pair. Okay. In which book regarding the expansion of a Holo program made by Tuvok argued that according to this text, a character's action must flow inexorably from his or her established traits? In which book did that quote come from? And that was in the episode Worst Case Scenario.
Can you rephrase the question, please? Oh, sorry, not correct. Can you repeat the question? Sorry, not rephrase.
So, in what book used by Tuvok regarding the expansion of a Holo Holo program, Insurrection Alpha, argued that according to this text, quote, a character's actions must flow inexorably from his or her established traits.
Yeah, he's going from some Vulcan. Jesus Christ.
I really thought this was another easy one, too.
No, because him and Tom Paris were arguing because Tom Paris wanted to go in one direction, and Tuvok wanted to sort of use, the way he'd already created that holodeck program, didn't he?
For extra points, who's the author? No, I'm joking.
Because the holodeck program was a scenario that the Marquis crew committed an insurrection and took over Voyager.
Insurrection Alpha. Yeah. And it's said multiple times. Like it's said more than once.
In that episode in Donkey's Ages, because Seska found the program, she reprogrammed it, didn't she? Oh, yeah. I think the author's name was something like Trapel or something like that. I can't remember what the book was called. The book that he's going from, I think the author was called Trapel or something like that. I might be wrong. Probably am. I have no idea. Sorry.
No idea? It was The Dictates of Poetics by the Vulcan Tahan.
Right. That's the one. Anyway.
Yeah, that one. That's right.
1 point then for LDG. For Pixel Cats. Good question. That's actually quite good. And now we go back to Wild Aries. And yeah, final question for this round comes from Bar Mike.
All right, question. Does it have to be one of the episodes or movies? Can we go to one of the books?
No. Just generally what's been on screen. Because I've not read all the books.
He's saying Alpha Canon.
Yeah. Okay. Because my original question was going to have to do with, because Titan is now canon, I was going to talk about one of the Titan crew members. So now I got to think of a new question.
Yeah, the problem is, because there are so many books out there that you may have read a book that I've never heard of. So, yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can go back to one of my old Jeopardy boards and see if I can... because I'm thinking about saying one of the questions you got wrong on Jeopardy and see if you remember the correct answer, just to be mean. All right.
I think we should go for like a really, really hard question, like how many chest hairs did Jonathan Archer have at the beginning of Star Trek Enterprise?
I can actually tell you because I actually counted his chest hairs. I went.
That's a wee bit disturbing. Anyway.
That is.
All right.
I don't really.
Extremely.
What?
In the episode Tapestry, and no, this is not from Jeopardy, Q is in bed with Picard as Picard is waking up. What are the first two words Q says to Picard?
What the first two words? It's more than 2 words, isn't it?
Yeah, but what are the first 2 words he says?
Good morning.
Nope. Hello, darling.
Well, okay, I got that wrong. That's a point back to you. So we are still back at our original scores of 17-13. And there's a clear gap in the scores. We will not be going to round 6, unfortunately. So that is the end of today's episode. Or the end of the 5th and final round for this episode. Well done, obviously, to Pixel Cats and obviously to Vile Aries as well. You guys both did brilliantly. Some great game today. And I'd like to also thank everyone for coming on to coming to the show and watching us. These young girls, Starfleet Boy, Paul. I think we have a new viewer today. That is Atrians or Atrians. Yeah, if I pronounce it correctly.
Hey.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
Gandhi, put up the scoreboard.
The scores are 17 to 13.
Oh.
That's cool. Well, maybe next time. I think next week we have our first patron joining us, which of course is our friend Paul, and he'll be bringing his +1 of choice, which will be Bree from Trek Central, and joining us as team captain will be, of course, Jesse Gender. So, look forward to that, guys, and we'll see you all next time for another question of Trek.
Can I just say, also tomorrow morning, Conti is going to be on my channel to do Jet Nerdy.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
I get to pay him
Good
back,
game, guys. Good game. Good game.
Make him squirm. Make him
even though it's all
squirm,
Stargate, not Star Trek.
9 p.m.
Oh, Stargate.
That's 9 p.m. I think. What is it? Central Eastern Time.
Awesome.
9 a.m. my time, 6 p.m. your time, Conti.
That's right. The 8. So that's 8 or 1800 or 6 p.m. in European time, or Central European time, and of course,
9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. Yeah. So please tune in for that, and we'll see you all next time. Another question of Trek. Good night.
Bye.
Live long and prosper.